Hello, I'm DerPG. Today we're gonna talk about the art of growing up as the weird kid. And first of all, let me be honest with y'all. On the scale of weirdos, there's levels. Like, we got the weirdos and the creepy weirdos ones. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. But today we're going to focus more on the fact of growing up as the weird kid. Because yes, I think since you can see from my previous videos, you could get what kind of taste I have and all. So let's start with the video. The early years, growing up as the weird kid. Well, how do I even start? Since I have memory, I have always been seen as a weirdo and a really hyperactive person, plus obsessive. And this comes since as far as I can remember, I always had to get super obsessed with something for a long time so I could be happier in some way. This has a psychological thing behind, but I won't get too deep into a whole investigation. Let's just say, in short terms, I had a good life, but my parents didn't have the best kind of relationships, and that gave a lot of problems to me and my mother. So I started to find a home and a peaceful place in different stuff. I was the only child and first woman born in the family after a long time, since the rest of my uncles and cousins were boys, so my family really embraced me and gave me love. Yet, when I played, I used to spend more time alone at home, playing and talking with my plushies or toys or myself. Literally, myself. Early school and social struggles. In school, at first I was kinda shy, so I let everyone do anything with me. Plus, I wanted friends so bad. And it was easy for me to make friends thanks to this hyperactive personality. Of course, with the time I realized this was not good either, so I started to be more independent. When I got into elementary school and moved to another city with my mother, live in the village where I used to live with my grandparents. At first I got bullied because of the kind of stuff I liked. Obsessions and bullying. I was obsessed with Cartoon Network, okay? That was one of the best channels at the moment with shows like Adventure Time, The Amazing World of Gumball, Clarence. Well, those were peak and many of my classmates were also into it. So no, you may ask. Then, why did they bully you? Well, My Little Pony, plus later anime obsession. Oh gosh. I will make a video one day of how my fucking anime obsession literally fucked up my life. Maybe the next one. Anyway, going back to the main point. Yeah, they bullied me because My Little Pony was for kids. They kicked my backpack and one even tried to hang me. Yeah, creepy days at start. Later, I made good friends, or that's what I thought for a while. Peak Grinch era. At 5th grade, my obsession with anime came. Yeah, I started to be really Grinch. Jeez. I used to wear some anime sweaters, running like Naruto, or using Japanese words, and oh gosh, I'm really dying of Grinch while remembering all this shit I did those years. Yeah. So, of course, many of my classmates saw me as a fucking weirdo. But well, I want to say something here. It's kind of funny how, 6 years ago, you liking anime was like, you were a fucking weirdo and they were bullying you because of that. And nowadays it's like, oh, you like anime though? Oh my gosh, that's so fucking cool. And oh my gosh. Just as if always been happening since I was a kid, they treated me like a weirdo. My obsessions always had a reason. Not only because I really liked them, but because I feel so lonely that I really believe that they were my real only friends and motivation, especially as someone who tried so hard to fit in with the rest of my classmates. But I tried to ignore the fact while hiding all of that crap inside my head by just keeping being myself, even though I hated this. Loneliness and that one day. I remember I even used it to eat lunch alone sometimes, imagining I was talking with Sonic or some character. just to later start crying because I realized that I had to always be there for my friends, but if I didn't follow them or try to fit, they wouldn't even search for me or even care. Plus, my hyperactivity didn't help me, like I was really annoying for everyone. At 6th grade, everything changed so much. I changed my body, my face, my mind, everything. I became really insecure and I tried to hide this now through drawing, listening to music, or playing some game. One time I tried to play with my classmates again, and I accidentally hurt one of them because I tried to carry her and end up making her fall, and I'll never forget how much I cried that day. I want to add the fact that this girl was really shitty to me. Still, I feel so bad for what I did. The pain I feel after seeing everyone going behind to help while I was trying to say sorry, the screams of the teacher at me, the look of everyone, hate, disappointment, judgment, I wanted to scream. To tell them I didn't mean to hurt her, but no, I just stayed quiet. Imagine a kid that was always talking and speaking and couldn't shut the fuck up. At that moment, I couldn't say a fucking word. So you can know what kind of desperation I felt. The teacher picked up her and everyone started to leave the class since we had mindfulness class. So everyone started to leave and left me behind. Nobody even asked how I felt, and I really thought I deserved that. The teacher also left. She looked a bit disappointed and said with a cold voice, "You're so aggressive. You know you could have killed her?" And I know it sounds dramatic, but someone at that age, for me, it was like, I just looked at her feeling my brain heavy, and she closed the door and left. When I went to the mindfulness class, everyone was far away from me. I wanted to cry so bad, but I didn't. So I just sat alone and I tried to think about other stuff. But deep inside, I knew how bad I was begging for someone to get close and give me a hug or something. Of course, that didn't happen. With time, and every time something bad happened, I just started to draw. Or when I got home, I watched an anime or a show I like it. It would be funny, but so far helped me a lot to not to give a fuck about many things that were hurting me. I love Stan Marsh. During the pandemic, I feel stressed and at the same time happier. Because nowadays I think about it, and even though it was hard, it actually helped me to become more strong during those years. Then the middle school started, and I'll continue in the next part because I'm already fucking dying here. So don't forget to like and subscribe to watch the second part. And I want to clarify that I really wage much better nowadays. So we could say I'm still a weirdo in many aspects, but I'm happier. But please, if you, viewer, also feel like this, hey, listen to me. Fuck them. Be yourself. Be happy. At the end of the day, we're just small atoms in this world that one day are going to disappear. So don't pay attention to others, bro. Be yourself and just don't give a fuck. Anyway, see you in the next part. Bye bye.